So, how would companies go about identifying broader social and environmental aims? And I think our question was also looking at how we might ensure these are authentic and actionable. So,
Yeah.
yeah, how do we get to what our ESG values are
Well, I think
in an effective way?
yeah, I think it's interesting what you're saying. I agree with you that lots of corporates understand ESG requirements, and they're becoming increasingly used to conducting materiality assessments. So what are the things we need to be on top of as a business, almost from a defensive position? I think there's a piece of work that we help organizations with, which appears to be helpful, which is a landscape analysis that is a kind of materiality assessment plus. So it's looking not only for what the risks are, but what the opportunities are. What are the opportunities, both on the environmental side and the social side, where what you do and how you do it and how that could be extended could deliver positive impacts for society, but environment as well. And then we use a very simple tool that we call swords and shields, which is to look at all those things you are doing and split them into those where you're adding good to the world and those where you're doing less harm. So for example, we work with a very well-known, and have worked for years with a very well-known toilet tissue brand. So Andrex, the biggest non-food brand in the UK. And a shield for them is to make sure all their paper is sustainably sourced. And that's something they've done for many years. They were one of those, the world's biggest paper manufacturer. So deforestation is a huge issue. Greenpeace used to go after them. And so therefore they have to make sure all their paper is sustainably sourced. That is a shield. That isn't something to go on the front foot with your marketing. It is to make sure you've got the certification on the pack and everyone knows it's sustainably sourced. But that isn't a sword. That's just doing less harm and reducing your impact. The sword we helped them find was to start tackling the sanitation crisis in the world. There are 2 billion people in the world without access to a toilet. Actually, for a toilet tissue company to partner with UNICEF to start looking at toilet building, toilet improvement programs, then use that on pack, then use that to do promotions with the retailers who put your product at the front of store. So it's identifying that landscape analysis. What are the risks and opportunities socially and environmentally? Then which are the swords and the shields, and then go to town on the swords.
Fantastic. That's interesting to me, actually. It almost sounds as that approach resonates with me in terms of a sense. I think what you're getting at is the idea of having, almost the bottom line things that you have to be doing. You have to have your supply chain in place. You have to have transparency down the supply chain. You have to have the right sourcing, right materials, all of that kind of stuff, the right reuse or circular economy concepts. But then on the top of that, you can push that forward with the higher end stuff, which brings in something that's a bit more emotive and more emotional and has more of a resonant message.
Correct.
On top of all the bottom line stuff.
Exactly so. And you can't go into battle with your sword unless you've got a shield in place as well.
Yeah.